محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for counting us among those that would observe Salah in Jama'ah today. Alhamdulillah. We're grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His blessings and for His ni'mah. We're also grateful to Allah for continuing to keep us as Muslims. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless our affairs with all of that bread and make us all right on the day of judgment. I wanted to provide a snapshot of one of the incidents that happened to Prophet Musa alayhi salam, and then use that as a segue into an event that is close to us that we're going to go through, we're going to experience in a couple of days, inshallah. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained to us, showed us and narrated many of the stories of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. And if we read through the Quran, you would think as though the Quran was a book that was sent to Prophet Musa alayhi salam, because there was no prophet that's mentioned more than Prophet Musa alayhi salam in the Quran. And this is because his message was specific for the Jews. And then Prophet Isa alayhi salam, his message was to help correct whatever the rabbis had changed at that time. So he didn't come with a special message, but his was to kind of like bring them back upon the truth, right? And then since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was to send the final message, which is the Quran, in the Quran Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides to expatiate on the message of the majority of the Prophet, especially Prophet Musa alayhi salam, and to help us understand what position those Muslims at those times were on. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called them Muslims. The Jews at the time of Prophet Musa alayhi salam that believed in his message, they were the Muslims. So in the day of judgment, when Allah calls upon the Muslims, the Jews that believe in Prophet Musa alayhi salam and the Jews that believe in Prophet Isa alayhi salam, they would stand with the Muslims that are upon the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They would not chase after mirage. They would stand upon the truth. Are we following? Now, inshallah, what I'm trying to get to is the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. So we know how he left Egypt and he went to a place called Madian, and he stayed with a righteous man, some say as a prophet, Prophet Shuaib alayhi salam, and he stayed there for a little over 10 years, got married to one of his daughter, and then journeyed back. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called him, gave him a message. He has to go deliver this message. Well, he can't speak clearly like you and I speak clearly. He stammers whenever he speaks. So he tells Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please give me my brother Harun, my elder brother. Harun is actually older than Prophet Musa alayhi salam. Give me my elder brother Harun, so he can help explain what I'm saying. Whenever he stammers, people don't understand what he's saying clearly, but his brother gets what he's saying, right? So his brother would clarify what he says. And sometimes in some African countries, we see where if a person is giving a dars or giving a lecture, one person will speak in one language and the other person will translate. You know, like when we had the Imam here from Malik, you know, Imam Usman translated for him, something like that. So Prophet Musa alayhi salam would help with translating or clarifying what Prophet Harun alayhi salam would help with clarifying what Prophet Musa alayhi salam was saying, because he would usually stammer and there's like a knot in his tongue whenever he speaks. Prophet Musa alayhi salam and Prophet Harun, may Allah be pleased with both of them, went through trying times, trying to correct or help Fir'aun understand that he is not God, that the creator of the heavens and the earth had instructed them to come get the people out. The Jews, the Muslims at the time that lived in Egypt were slaves. They were slaves. And they were being, they did not have no rights. They were being used to do many of the hard labor. Alright? And then Prophet Musa wanted to get them out of that punishment and take them to what's called the promised land, which is Egypt today, which is Palestine today, to get them to the promised land. But Fir'aun would always go back on his promise. I'm going to do this, he's not going to do it. I'm going to do that, I'm not going to do it, he's not going to do it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished them for too long until the time when Prophet Musa was now able to take the Bani Israel and he took them out of the city limits into the boundaries, into the shores of the Red Sea. They were trying to escape. And this happened in the 9th time. It happened in the 9th time, right? But at that time, they expected that the moon would shine bright for them to be able to see their pathway to go through to escape. Guess what happened? The moon become really, really dark. And the night become dark, even darker, that they could not even find their pathway to escape. So Prophet Musa knew that this is wrong. The moon should not be this dark. It should be a bright moon, and we should be able to use the light from the moon to be able to navigate and escape. So he said, what is the significance of this moon? And some of the older people in the community said, well, we're trying to escape from Egypt, but we're not going to be able to escape because in the old history, our prophet that we've received in the past, Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, gave us a wasiyah. And that wasiyah was that if the time comes for Bani Israel to leave this land, you guys should dig up my body and take my bones with you. So now they were about to leave, but now they cannot leave. So now that they found that, okay, the reason why we cannot leave is because we have not dug up the bones of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam to take with us. Who knows the grave of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam? Nobody knows the grave, except for an older lady. So they go to this lady, and the Prophet Musa asked her, can you point to the grave of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam so we could go dig up the bones and take with us? She says, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you, no. And he's like, but we got to go, we can't wait. Fir'aun is coming. And she said, well, if you truly want me to tell you, you got to promise me that I'm going to be in Al-Jannah with you. What? Prophet Musa is not the owner of Al-Jannah. But she said, well, I don't care. Speak to your God. You speak with God. You speak with Allah all the time. You speak with Him. That's it. Until you agree that I'm going to be in Al-Jannah with you, I'm not going to show you the grave. Because she already knows she got this one thing that the entire community, including Prophet Musa, Prophet Harun, cannot live without. And she capitalized on it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ministered to Prophet Musa alayhi salam that she would get what she asked for. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. She was an older lady, but she held on to that knowledge. And she was true to it. She eventually told them the land. They went on and dug up the bones of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. And when they did that, the moon changed and it became really bright. And now they could see where they wanted to go. This day was a unique day because once they got to the edge, the shore of the Red Sea, they could not cross the sea. And then the soldiers of Fir'aun and Haman, they were all coming. And then the people of the Bani Israel at the time got afraid, and they said, "Inna lamudrakun." They're going to catch up with us. And if they do, they're going to kill us all here. Prophet Musa said, no, inna ma'iya rabbi sayadin. Allah is with us. Don't look at what they're saying. Don't look at the troops. What do you have to say about a few people that Allah is standing with them? If Allah is with you, nobody can be against you. Nobody can. It does not matter what ammunition they have. It does not matter what plans they have. It does not matter what equipment. It does not matter what connections they have. If Allah is with you and He supports you, nobody can drag you down. إن يمسسك الله بدور فلا كاشف له إلا هو وإن يردك بخير فلا مراد الفضل. So we have to understand our deen. If we do, there's this love that we feel for Allah and His Prophet that nobody can take away from us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ministers again to Prophet Musa alayhi salam. He grabs his staff, he strikes the Red Sea, Katodin al-Din, the Red Sea parted open. They journey through. Fir'aun and Haman and his troop, they think, oh, this is a Red Sea, let's go through it. They went through it, guess what? Allah commands the sea to close back up, and then it closed back up. On this day that this incident happened, whenever Prophet Musa alayhi salam thinks about the day and he remembers the day, he would usually fast to give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He would usually do what? He would usually fast to give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for saving them and freeing them from the shackles of the Fir'aun. So now, when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made hijrah from Mecca to Medina, he found out previously in Mecca, the Quraysh, the unbeliever Quraysh in Jahiliyyah period, they used to fast the 10th of Muharram. Now the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam got to Mecca, and he also found that the Jews and the Christians that supposedly should have been upon the deen were also fasting the 10th of Muharram. So he asked them the question, why do you guys fast on this day? To Medina. From Mecca, when he went to Medina, from Mecca to Medina, did hijrah, got to Medina, he found the Jews and the Christians in Medina fasting the 10th of Muharram. So he asked them, why are you guys fasting on this day? And they said, well, this is the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave victory to Prophet Musa alayhi salam by freeing Bani Israel from the hands of the Pharaoh. So Prophet Musa will usually fast on this day to praise Allah for the blessings that He had given them. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, we are more right. We have more right to Prophet Musa than they do. So we're going to fast on this day too. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said, if Allah spared his life to the following year, he would also fast the 9th of Muharram, the day before the 10th of Muharram. These fasting had become a part of our sunnah as Muslims. However, before the month of Ramadan was legislated for us, this fasting was mandatory. The Prophet ﷺ made it mandatory. Alright? So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then gave us the month of Ramadan, this fasting now became optional. Alright? If you fasted, you get the reward. If you do not fast it, there's no punishment. Yuthabu wala yu'aqab. If you fast it, you get the reward. If you don't fast it, there's no punishment for you. Alright? And the reward is the sins of the previous year, by the mercy of Allah, would be forgiven. The 10th is Friday. The 9th is Thursday and the 10th is Friday, inshallah. It is recommended that we fast Wednesday, which is the 9th of Muharram, and Thursday, which is Ashura, the 10th of Muharram. Now, is it mandatory? No, it's not. If you don't fast, there's no problem in it. If you do fast, there's reward in it. Alright, just notification for us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us continue to cling upon the deen and the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to make us understand the religion and be able to apply it accordingly, and make us of the righteous on the day of judgment. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.